Anyone can be underrated.
As fuck.
As fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
We are back for another week of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Let's
this
go,
is
baby.
episode 11. We are here in kind of like a bye week of just
Very
me
chill.
and Zay.
Very chill. Episode 11. That's crazy.
Does it feel like we've done a lot of episodes to you? Or
Like,
because I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn, we've really been doing the pod now for like a good 2.5 months. Right, that's a lot
like
of time,
solid.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of. But it's like, wait, we just did episode 10, so it was like,
That makes sense.
it didn't really seem like we've
like
done
broke
a
that.
super handful of pods. You know what I mean?
So how do you feel with saying this is pod 11?
I think it's cool. I think it's
pretty cool.
like, I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah.
But what is cool about it is seeing how far we've come with the setup, right?
Yeah.
With the guests that we've been bringing on. I don't know. I just feel like we've definitely brought the pod to another level.
Oh, for sure. From
You know what I
like
mean?
last season?
Like if you go to any of our social media and you scroll all the way down and see like the first video that we put on there, me and you sitting in the studio.
In the studio.
You know what I mean? It's just us talking like
Don't know what the hell we talking about.
we didn't know what
Oh my god.
we were doing, but we still did it.
Now I feel like it's very structured.
So it's funny because we like plan to do the pod every week, right?
Right.
And I don't know why. It just like, I'm sure to the audience, it seems, Bliss and Mighty, they're just killing it. They know exactly what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. But just to like give y'all some relatability,
Perspective.
every week we do the pod, I'm still like, are we like for real holding this shit together still?
I'm dead.
Like, obviously we get it done.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but it's just funny because it's like, all right, well, it's Thursday,
Pod time.
Friday now, like, I guess we got to record the next pod. Like,
Pod is typically every Friday night.
typically
Yeah.
today, and it's funny actually because like the bi-weekly when we do
The
just
guest.
me and Zay,
Right.
or just the guests, the time we're not doing the guests, it seems like we're during the daytime.
It's kind of cool. We got to switch up the whole vibe.
It's y'all really do get like another vibe from just me and Zay because
I feel that.
it's daytime. I feel awake. I feel in a good spot. This is like therapy kind of. Like these episodes are like really the episodes where we could just sit down, kind
Express.
of like vent,
Yeah.
and like just dig into some good conversation.
I feel that.
You know,
For
what I mean?
me, at least, like I feel I look forward to these days the most. Like I love having guests on. Don't get me wrong. I think we get some really good insight whenever we have guests on, and I always look forward to have guests on. But going back to the old days when it was just me and you, and then just having a specific day, like we can even go weeks without just having us. But whenever we do have the us time, like it just feels more natural. Like it just feels like
Bringing it back.
Yeah, like in a way.
This is the original. Like,
yeah, it's just like you know me and I know you, so we don't have. There's not like a not knowing area. It's like we know exactly how we operate, so it's so fluent.
It's almost like these podcasts with just me and you. It's almost like this is like another genre a little bit.
Oh, I feel that.
You know what I mean? Because like when we have a guest, the main goal
That makes
during like the guest ones is to kind of spotlight them, give them some recognition, give them some credit, show off what they're doing, right?
Right.
And that's like really the big thing of those episodes.
Yeah, the
because
basis
I
behind
want to give them value, and when we do like these, this is like all right, now we can sit down.
Therapy TED Talk.
Now to the people that love us, they get to listen, maybe get some value out of conversation,
Right.
out of our like testimony that we give, or just life experiences. We could just throw out our perspectives, and this is where we could really dig deep.
Yeah, I feel that. Like other than having like another perspective in there, kind of like adding their 2 cents too. It's just more to add. So it's just having just 2 is a lot easier to go about.
This is the conversation. When you start adding more people, that becomes more. I don't know. Like you gotta just kind of structure it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
It's more of
perfect.
A meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kind of like
yeah.
a meeting.
Yeah.
You know, when you get together.
So check this out.
Yeah, we're here. We're kind of gonna dissect this guy, you know. But when it's just me and you, this is the conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
So I almost want to just call it something else.
Low key.
You know, instead of just having the next episode, it's almost like, all right, let's do episode 1. Call it whatever we're gonna call it or whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah,
but
I was just thinking about a name. Oh shit.
So yeah, I mean that's cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
let's just think about it real quick with people.
Oh shit. Let's see.
So
Put thin caps on.
the underrated as fuck pod.
Right.
We're gonna use that episode 1, 2, blah 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 blah, episode 11, 12, whatever,
Right.
to highlight the
Them.
most underrated as fuck artists.
Ooh, I like
that's gonna be the juice. Like that's what's gonna bring value to get to more of an audience. Because then those people that are on the pod are gonna get to, hey, yo, check me out. did this interview, right? You know what I mean?
For the underrated, right?
Yeah, so that's gonna be more like outreach. Let's connect with people. Let's figure out who these people are. You know, maybe we could work with them. You know what I mean?
Community.
That's community. Yeah, exactly. Community. And then when it's just me and you, what would you call that?
That's called. Gotta think of something cool like duo. Like. Hold on. All right. So, because I do like the whole like idea of this kind of being like a. It almost
Like
is
a
like
little
a
side
therapy.
thing. It's
Yeah.
almost like a just side project that we're
Right.
kind of. Right. You know what I mean?
Tossing together. Yeah.
You do see it like separate things though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because the vibe is, I don't know if anybody could tell, but the vibe between when we have a guest and when we don't have a guest is 2 totally different podcasts.
But you can definitely feel it in the room too. So I wonder, as an audience, if you guys can feel that, you know, through the camera.
So everything's gonna be the same. They're gonna be coming from the same channel, but we might just name the episodes a little different. Like this might be just a different book or a different chapter of the same book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I like that. So in the underrated as fuck book, right? Chapter 1 is gonna be everything you get with the guests.
Underrated.
Community, connecting with people, relationship with people. And then episode 2 is gonna be me and Mighty talking about personal things, digging into conversation, trying to provide value with some of our life experiences.
I like that a lot. Like really thinking about that, that seems really cool. Like rather than, it really dedicates the pod whenever we do have somebody like, oh, this is underrated as fuck. And then it also separates us to being able to also have like a side pod with that pod.
Wait,
as well.
so okay, so this is cool. Should this be episode 1 of a new kind of series,
Adventure?
I guess? You know what I'm saying? Should we just officially make this Bliss and Mighty episode 1
Episode 1.
of whatever we call it?
Yeah. We gotta brainstorm.
We'll figure it out, but by the time y'all are watching this,
It'll
you're
be
gonna
named.
be wondering. You'll be, wait, why
What the
is
hell
this?
that is?
Why is this episode 1? I thought we were going to episode 12, 13.
This is
whatever.
perfect. Episode 1 of 1. 11. Where you at?
I know we hit the 11
yeah.
and now it's gonna
Split. Let's get it.
All right, so cool. So,
All right.
so let's just do this then. So, we got one big topic we're gonna talk about,
Yeah.
like as far as news goes, because it really relates
it's
to
big.
our community or our industry, kind of. Yeah, I know you're in the fighting industry, but you're still entertainment at the end of the
At the
day.
end of the day.
So I was kind of digging around with the news, and nothing really
Kinda
broke
spiked out,
to
yeah.
me. Like, oh, breaking news, and this topic is just, this is it. Like, if you go on TMZ or something like that,
This is the main thing.
every other
Yeah.
post is about P Diddy.
Right. And Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, and Nickelodeon, but for some reason,
They're trying to keep that on the like down low.
I'm
Use
dead.
P Diddy as like a Gaslight.
For some reason, yeah, okay, if you want, we can actually talk about Nickelodeon.
Bet.
But I didn't want to talk about pedophiles.
I mean, we're talking about P.
Well,
Diddy.
I guess he is a pedophile.
He is a pedophile.
Is he?
Hell yeah.
Or does he just like rape grown men?
That man like booty hole regardless. You know what I'm saying? To him, booty hole, he gonna
Oh
take
my
it.
God.
So that's fucked up.
Okay, so before we like dig into it and
Yeah.
really dissect it,
Right.
let's go over some of the facts. Okay, so with this is kind of more like the more recent updates and the more important stuff that's gone on.
Okay.
So one of the big things that kind of brought this whole P. Diddy issue to the forefront of like attention
Right.
to the news was when Cassie filed a lawsuit against him.
Right.
So what do you know? What do you know about Cassie, real quick?
As in him just being an artist, or like him
Just like general knowledge. What do you know about Cassie?
Well, I know he's an artist and
Was a girl, it's a girl. I got you. Bliss to the rescue.
I thought.
So Cassie was one of his ex-girlfriends. Yeah. So basically what happened was November 16th, I think a year or two ago, Cassie sued Diddy for rape and long-term abuse, basically over however long they were together, right? Or however long she was an artist under Diddy, right?
Right.
So that lawsuit ended up settling out of court, and it settled for a rumor. I don't know if it's been officially, but it's rumored $30 million.
Damn.
And the funny thing about that was, as soon as they decided to settle it out of court, the next day, it was settled. So there was no, let's talk about it, let's have a conversation, blah, 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 let's come to an agreement, blah, blah, blah. No, 30 million, done deal.
Right. I mean,
Kind of weird. Okay, so basically this Cassie lawsuit brought Diddy to wait. Okay, all the rumors, all the like people that were skeptical of Diddy were now like, okay, there's some truth behind this.
Right.
This guy is a bad dude, right?
Shut that shit up too quick.
Fast forward to 2024.
Right.
March 4th, Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones, files a lawsuit against Diddy for sexual assault and sex trafficking.
Damn.
And
I didn't know
dude was the producer, engineer, helping P. Diddy work on his Love album, and he was working with him on that album for months, 7-8 months, like
So
long,
who knows?
long
Right.
time.
Right.
And then
That is a
now
long
he
time.
came forward saying that he was getting sexually assaulted. There's a lot of details, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he was groped. Oh, he was drugged. He woke up with Diddy on his bed. Like, stuff like that. Like, just weird stuff. And this is the lawsuit that kind of broke everything open. Because after this lawsuit, other victims came forward and were like, yep. He, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Me Too kind of movement.
Right.
People came forward like, now's my chance. I probably won't
Somebody finally stepped up.
I won't
so.
get killed because
Yeah.
Diddy's like in the spotlight. He can't be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Imagine little Rodney Jones getting killed right now.
That would be, yeah. That's all eyes on you, Diddy.
Right. So this is a moment
Very
where
calm.
Diddy is vulnerable,
Yeah.
and people are now coming to attack. Right. So what do you know about Rodney Jones?
To be honest, not even that much. Like, I didn't even know.
Dude apparently has text messages, screenshots of
He's got
messages.
receipts.
He's got camera footage, video footage. Dude has
Damn.
receipt, and a lot of that stuff is turned in as evidence.
Right.
It's not like you could just get
Fuck with it
public
in there.
records.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing investigation. Like, we can't really see all of those receipts yet, but
Yeah,
apparently, dude has receipts.
So isn't that like, won't we be able to see pretty much all of the logistics of everything whenever the case gets settled, or the case has a verdict of like what they want to do?
I mean, I guess it just depends, because there's been cases. I'm not a legal expert, but
Right.
there's been cases where a judge will seal all the documents And you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it'll be sealed the entire way, or it'll be sealed even after the fact of.
well, it'll be sealed to protect other people that are named in.
That
You
makes
know what I'm
sense.
saying?
Right,
so like,
right.
it's not necessarily we're
Confidentiality.
gonna protect Diddy.
Right.
No, it's like we're sealing and we're blacking out words and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
To protect other people that were named in
Right.
the lawsuit.
Right.
So I mean, I couldn't tell you. Maybe at the end of this, everything will get leaked and exposed. You know, maybe it won't. Right. So
Wait. So do you want it to be exposed? It's
um,
full context of it, or do you kind of like want it to be kind of like chilled out?
I think it should get exposed because this is my industry. This is
Right.
the rap industry.
Right.
I don't like somebody that's apparently okay. So like Diddy will throw parties, right?
Right.
And apparently he has hidden cameras in every single one of his rooms. So when he invites celebrities over, blah blah blah, he'll be like, "Yo, go check in that room down there. There's like a 11-year-old girl, just for example, right? And let's just say she was stripped down, right?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Oh, you got your privacy, have fun. Hitting
But he got a
camera.
camera.
Right. So
Yeah.
that was just an example, but apparently he gets video footage of famous people doing shady shit and he'll extort them.
Damn.
So like let's just say,
What's worse? Like, you know what I mean?
and a lot of these famous people, their reputation's everything.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
That-
let's just
that
say
is everything for them.
let's just say this is just me talking. Let's just say Jay-Z is in there sucking off Meek Mill.
Jay-Z got them lips.
Okay, so right, so Diddy
Oh,
has
shit.
this video.
Right.
Now you are at the will of Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah, so now you
this
have to
kind
pretty
of
much do-
information coming out,
Yeah.
it almost makes me like understand why some of these rappers and stuff come out as gay. Because it's like, you know what? I want to be free from this
Damn, I didn't even think about
motherfucker.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to come out as gay.
So if
That
he
way,
does
if
release
that
it,
video ever comes out,
my shit's covered.
I'm sexually fluid.
Do you think
You
Lil
know what I
Nas
mean?
X
Like
has
low,
some
low
shit?
key. Nah.
Or do you think he gay?
I think he might be really gay.
Oh.
Well, I mean, either way. Let's say he came out because of that.
Mhm.
There'd be a video of him doing gay shit.
Right.
So
Like Isaiah Rashad.
he would, yeah. That I don't know about that guy. He had his own little video.
Yeah, I
going.
was like, yo.
Dude
yeah.
extorted himself, bro. So going back
God.
to the Diddy situation,
Right.
I don't like having somebody that extorts people and holds them against their will. You know what I'm saying?
They'll
Like, he's-
enable him to do something, and then he'll be like, "Hey, I caught you doing this thing. Now you got to do what the fuck I say."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you know a rapper by the name Lecrae?
Yeah. That
So
sounds familiar.
he's a Christian rapper, but
Oh, okay.
I seen a little interview he did one time, or I don't know how long ago it was, and he was giving his own like experience of being at a P Diddy party.
Hmm.
So okay, this is cool because
Right.
he's a Christian rapper, right?
Right.
If anything came out of him doing anything, drugs,
Anything.
women,
Yeah.
cussing, like I don't
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying? He needs to stick to his Christian lane, right? Or else he's just gonna completely fall apart.
Right.
He was given his account to where he said that he was at one of these parties and one of the other guys that was there that he knew told him, said, "Yo, look, Lecrae, I respect you. I love what you're doing. You need to leave here by 1 a.m." And then and then Lecrae, he was given his own account, right? And he was saying, he was like, "What do you mean? I can hold my own. I'm a man. You know, I'm good to go, right?" So he said, come 12:30, he was in the studio downstairs, and then he was like, let me just, go out, make sure everything's looking good. He went upstairs, and he said in one of the rooms there was a couch, and there was just people in there, bigger
Yeah.
names, right? Going at it hard. That he didn't really describe much. That's all he said. He
Right.
said going at it hard, and he was like, "Whoa!" Like, so anyway, I guess he got out of there after that because the clip I was watching of that ended, but he was given his own account of being at a P Diddy party.
Right.
So that's just kind of a weird thing, right? Another thing I seen recently, did you see that clip of LeBron saying that there ain't no party like a Diddy party?
No.
No?
No.
So that's...
I'm fucking
Dude,
dead.
everything about P. Diddy's coming out right now.
Yeah.
People are searching the web, searching everything.
Anything for anything.
Anybody to expose that they were hanging out with P. Diddy. This is within the last 2 days. I've been seeing this circulating the internet of LeBron saying, "Yo, there ain't no party like a Diddy party." Of LeBron. And I mean, he could just be saying that from the reputation of Diddy, like, oh, he throws parties, right?
Or like, what if he was
Oh
there
no!
until?
Wait, no. That clip I was watching actually showed LeBron at a Diddy party. I take that back. No, so he was actually in a video at a Diddy party.
So what if he went home before 12 and then before the shit popped off? So he was enjoying the party and was like,
I
I'm
feel
tired.
it.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to like shame anybody.
Or what if LeBron was in there?
Like let's say
Getting hard.
after a certain time,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the real stuff started going down. That makes sense. You know, I'm sure not every single person in the industry is, you know, doing all that stuff.
Potentially. Yeah.
But it just sucks because if you were ever like that kind of artist that you've seen an opportunity and you're like, oh yeah,
Let's jump on
I'm
that.
doing that.
Yeah.
You might do that opportunity. Oh, well, I'm with a bunch of famous people. We're safe. You know, these are my people. And then now there's a secret video of you that Diddy
Jeez.
has, and
That Diddy has, like, goddamn. I wonder how much, like, of all the shit he's collected over the years, because he's been where he's at for years.
right. So it's great that you brought that up, because not less than a week ago, within the last couple days,
Right.
Diddy's house in LA and Diddy's house in Miami got raided.
Oh, I heard, didn't he leave?
So
Did he
I'll
fly
get
out?
I'll get into that.
Bet.
But basically, what the Homeland Security, right, and the local police department, whatever,
Yeah.
basically what they were going in there for was to get evidence to confirm allegations that have been set. So sexual assault allegations, sex trafficking allegations,
Anything
Right.
they could find, yeah.
anything they could find. So they took laptops, they took phones, electronics.
He wouldn't keep that on that, would he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they did say that they raided both his LA home and his Miami home. Well, this was a rumor, but they raided both at the same time because there was going to be a distribution of evidence imminent. So apparently they got a judge to sign these search warrants off
Right.
because they were worried that P. Diddy was going to
Go ahead and
disperse
just,
some evidence. So that's why they decided to, you know what I mean? They got his LA house, his Miami house. And not only that, any plane or any jet that Combs or P. Diddy ever paid for anybody, they requested the manifesto
Oh, shit.
from the airlines.
Yeah.
All those airlines, they want to know who was on these jets. And I
For
mean,
how long?
I don't know how accurate that could be. Like, I don't know if you could sneak somebody on a plane. Like, can you? Can you sneak somebody on a plane?
I don't see why not.
Or
You know what
does
I'm
that
saying?
have to go through X-rays and you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Because if it's a personal jet, then
Well, see, I was thinking the same thing, but I think you have to have a manifesto. I
I'm
think
pretty
they
sure
have
you
to
do.
name, even if it's a fake name, fake ID, whatever. I think you have to say this. There was a person on here.
Oh, like this is a body. Like
A body. So yeah, that's crazy stuff. So what do you think about that P. Diddy situation?
I mean, fuck it. Like, bring him to light. You know what I mean? Like, I hope everything that he's doing bad is eventually brought to light. So people like that can't be put in power the way that he is.
Right. So is there the possibility that he's being set up?
There's always a possibility, but
So like,
at the end of the day,
is he just a bad dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is he innocent until proven guilty?
we in America, man. You guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, it sucks because his reputation's gone.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
but he's been sus of shit like this kind of for a minute now. Like, just doing weird shit.
And I've even heard him being okay. So there's a not a cool thing, but there's like a rumor that P. Diddy, nobody that he's been working with have been coming to his aid kind of thing, like to help him out, like, to like
He
really...
like, nah, P. Diddy cool.
Yeah, so
Like,
apparently Diddy is getting ready to bring them all down with him. So apparently if he goes down, other people are coming down. And what he's referring to, there's a thing I seen.
You got video of them too?
Apparently Jay-Z, when he got one of the time, I don't know how many kids they have, but one of the time he got Beyonce pregnant, he actually got another woman pregnant. And this other woman ended up getting deleted. He got rid of her. Right? And apparently Diddy has evidence of that.
Like killing her?
Of getting rid of her.
There's getting rid of, like, I'm gonna send you to another country, and there's getting rid of.
No,
like,
it's like,
oh.
yeah, like gone. Baby gone, her gone.
Yeah.
So
You got
I don't know.
evidence of shit like that?
So there's stuff with Jay-Z. There's stuff that they're connected to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird stuff.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger got another girl pregnant while he was doing his thing, but
He owned up to it.
yeah, he owned up to it. Like, it was, but god damn, I couldn't. Like, if Jay-Z's like really guilty for some shit like that, then yeah, bring everybody to life. Fuck it.
Apparently Beyonce is guilty of a lot of stuff too. I don't know.
Well, she looked crazy too. The whole Lemonade album brought everything, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because this seems like a big like East Coast thing. Why does it seem like all these rappers on the West Coast are like keeping it real? Like Dr. Dre and all these people over
You're
here.
not with all that funny shit.
It's funny, dude, because 50 Cent is having a field day with P. Diddy. Have you seen anything about that?
I seen a little bit, but I haven't been paying too much attention to it.
So
to be
50
honest.
Cent's coming out saying, I told y'all about this.
I'm dead.
I told you, P. Diddy hit me up wanting to hang out. He said, yo, let's hang out, whatever, spend time, go shopping. And then 50 Cent was like, what this mother say? I guess he's not like P. Diddy for the longest time. And he came out recently and said that if there's any video footage of any, how P. Diddy was getting the secret videos, 50 Cent is making a documentary, apparently. And he said he will pay top dollar for any of that video evidence. Any of that fucking evidence. So I don't know, 50, I don't know if he's just jumping on this clout train, you know what I'm saying? Or if he's being serious.
But that's a 50 thing though. Like, at the end of the day, like he's an instigator.
He always jumps in
So like,
everything.
but he's always valid in what he jumps in on. So it's not like he's just doing shit just to do shit. Like,
Is 50 a real one though? Or is
Yeah,
he
for sure.
hopping on all these clout trains?
I
You know what
think I think he's taking advantage of him being able to do that.
So you think he wants to be the person that's like the truth bringer,
In a way.
right? So it's just a coincidence that these are all the hot topics. that
Yeah,
he's hitting,
yeah,
but
exactly.
he's like, he wants to get into that.
Yes.
Yeah. So 50's good.
Yeah.
Good to
I mean, I can't really say yes or no. I just kind of like, if I really had to guess, I would say yes.
go?
But
if you were just gonna guess, you don't know the dude, right? But if you're just gonna guess, is 50 like a real one, at least from the outside?
at least from what I've
Perspective.
seen, I would have to guess yes.
Hard.
50 hard though, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what 50's about behind closed doors. I mean, anybody could be about anything. I mean, like, we could be about anything the second this camera shuts off. Like, who knows? Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Right.
but so like with 50, and if he's willing to actually kind of expose more of it, then more power to you.
I
Like,
hope he does get some of
that would be
footage.
really cool.
Because he's making a documentary apparently that's gonna expose Diddy. So I don't know what's up with that.
He's like the narrator. Like,
He's hard. I hope he's really gangster like he says he is. You know what I mean? If he's able to hold his own, he's got like boys that are gonna protect him. Because if
that's what he said.
he's gonna release something like that, he gotta watch his back, right? If he's coming at Diddy like that to completely expose this dude, you know what I'm saying?
The only thing that would have to be concerning about would be about who has ties with Diddy with certain things that they could be exposed with and they don't want exposed. So now he could be blindsided by some bullshit that he didn't even see coming because he didn't know that they were involved with Diddy to begin with, thinking that he might get exposed.
You know, they were saying something about that with the Cassie, original Cassie lawsuit.
really?
They were saying that $30 million they paid Cassie to hush, to like get her to hush. apparently there's like a rumor that 30 mil didn't just come from Diddy. 5 came from this guy, 5 came from this guy, and 5 came from this guy. And basically it was like, yo, she's about to talk. If you don't pay your 5 mil, you know, or whatever to
if you don't jump in on it, right,
to hush this woman up, we're all going down. So apparently it was like a joint effort to get her to shut up. That's just speculation.
Right.
Right.
So let me ask you another question. Let's just say you went through some shit and you legit have trauma from it, but you were offered 30 to 50 mil to shut the fuck up. Or you can expose this person. On some real ass shit, what do you think you would do? Like in her perspective, do you think that she made the right move? I feel like that's a very tough question to answer because it's either like I can get this money.
She obviously did it for the money, right?
Yeah.
Because there's people that are saying that oh, Cassie went through 7 years of trauma only to file a lawsuit, right? Like, why did she wait so long? Why was she sucking all these dudes off that Diddy was telling her and being all good to go, and then now 7 years later, oh, I'm hurt.
Okay, you know so what about like, what if it started off as something that they were doing, right? And then it became a controlling matter for Diddy. Hey, you need to do this now.
Well, people are just saying that Cassie knew Diddy has a reputation. So Cassie knew what she was getting into when she decided to start doing that. So, I'm not blaming the victim here because she's obviously a victim of all that stuff. But there is just that thing of like, you knew what kind of man you were getting into, you know, relationship with.
I mean, like, I kind of agree with that, but like, at the end of the day, like, people can gaslight themselves into thinking something's all right when it's really not. Like, I could really convince myself of something that...
She did take that money, though, and hushed up.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what if she did do all that just to try to get some money at the end, and then she finally got her money, and then she was like, all right, well, I'm just going to do me then. Like, I'm out. So, would you accept the money, or would you want to expose that person?
Coming from, like, her perspective, I feel like it might be scary to to like expose somebody.
Yeah.
Because
that's your life on the line.
You're almost exposing the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Diddy is part of the Illuminati or runs that.
Just a huge organization.
You're exposing somebody that has power. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he could pay somebody off in another country or something to take you out. Like,
you know what's even more fucked up? Imagine like he didn't hire somebody to kill you right away, but he hired somebody to fuck your life up. So let's just say like he hired another guy with AIDS to kind of hide the fact that he had AIDS, and then he slept with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, that's why it's worrisome.
Oh my God.
You're just a target.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
You know,
you can't trust
You're
nobody.
going to Walmart and a dude just runs your ass over. Like, you know what I mean? So
eyes on a swivel at every given point of your life.
If I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, in her perspective, that 30 mil might just be my getaway free card. You know, I got this money now. Let me just hush up, go live my life. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, from a woman's perspective, just, you know, because you're a woman, and I'm not saying like women are like weaker than, you know, but at the end of the day, like a man can more than likely take care of himself when it comes to by himself. A woman in general is more susceptible to bullshit happening. So I think I might have to agree with her in that aspect of just accepting and just moving on. Now that somebody else came along and was like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Check this out.
Yo, Lil Rod,
so
I don't
exactly,
know if he would be willing to take money and just hush up. Because, apparently...
I mean, he got money, though.
Yeah, dude has money.
So, but like, what's money at the end of the day? Like,
apparently, he actually doubled down on the lawsuit, and I think it was yesterday. They like redid the paperwork, and it went from 73 pages to 98 pages.
Damn.
And apparently they added a lot more stuff into that lawsuit.
Like more depth.
So apparently he's not playing around. He's out to get this guy. So I think he is a believer, and I think he's willing to risk himself to expose Diddy.
Right now, that's the perfect spot for him to be on, because like we said, like you said, you know what I mean? Like, if anything were to happen to him, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, Diddy, what's up, man?
It's to the point where
Hands is tied.
his credibility's gone.
Yeah.
Like he can't. What is he gonna do? Like
Yeah.
the people that Diddy works with, they're willing to sacrifice his ass already.
Damn.
Like, yo, if you're gonna go down, you're gone. You know what I mean? And that's why it goes back to Diddy saying that if I go down, y'all are going down too.
That's crazy.
So that's kind of like what's going on.
Wait,
with
so-
this Diddy situation.
So bringing all that to a wrap, and then now moving over to the Nickelodeon shit. Do you like? Because like I feel like the Diddy shit is like big, right? But obviously the Nickelodeon shit is just as big, maybe even bigger. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they were taking advantage of all of these kids, making them do all. They're basically doing soft porn.
It's like the same thing, but in the TV show business.
Right, exactly. Artist TV series, like
I don't know a lot about that Nickelodeon thing,
Same.
but what I do know is that is his name Drake Bell?
yeah,
Is that his name?
yeah,
I guess he came out in a documentary and basically exposed this guy named Brian for molesting him and stuff, right?
yeah.
And there's a lot. So the big person that everybody's talking about with that is Dan, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what
Schneider.
his last name. Dan Schneider, is that his name?
Yeah.
So I guess everybody's trying to get Hillary Duff. Is that I don't know if that's her name. Fuck. Is that her name?
Hillary Duff is the healthy one. Are you thinking about
Who's the one that?
Yeah, the one that went
is
crazy.
wearing wigs now and has a tattoo on her face.
Is that Lindsay Lohan?
Is that her? I don't know. There's a she's older now, but there was a young female actor that worked on Nickelodeon with Dan,
Yeah.
and apparently they're wanting her to expose him. They want her to come out.
That'd be pretty. I like fuck. Bring all these motherfuckers down. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, what are these people doing good for people that actually want to do good? I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's good and there's bad, but like,
Do you
God
think some of
damn.
these people that went through trauma want to even talk about it?
If it's gonna make the world a little bit better, but by having your word matter, I think yeah.
Because there was a lot of people giving Josh Peck, I think that's the other guy's
Yeah.
name, that he used to be fat, remember?
Mhm.
On Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people giving him a lot of flack for not coming to the aid or supporting Drake Bell on his accusations
Right.
that he was putting out there. And he wasn't saying anything. Josh wasn't saying anything. A lot of people were saying that he either doesn't want to talk about it or he got paid hush money back in the day to be quiet about it by Nickelodeon.
What if that was the case?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Like, for me personally, like, if I were to go through some shit like that, like, for me, like, anything I go through is going to be in the past. Moving forward is going to be a new me. And I'd want what I go through to not happen to anybody else, personally. So, for me, if I can shed light on a situation and give clarity to something that would further secure the safety of other people moving forward, I would love to do that. Me
So
personally.
let's say all these victims from any entertainment, any sort, in movies, TVs, music, whatever. Let's say all these people came forward
Yeah.
and said,
Whoa.
"Oh yeah, Diddy did this. Oh yeah, Dan Schneider did that." Blah blah. Don't you still need hard evidence to get these guys?
To an extent,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean-
like what is somebody's test or what is somebody's story
yeah, that's
gonna really do?
Right.
So like, let's just say I was a victim, and I'm like, oh yeah, Diddy did this and that. He took me to this party, and then this happened. What is that really gonna do?
I don't think that's gonna do anything, and I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think the object of one person coming forward in the Me Too movement in a way is really good for now because other people are having their testimony to support that first one. So it's like, oh, this happened to me too. Oh, well, this, and then I have a little bit of evidence that this happened. So it's more of like a testimony matters because there's so many other people coming forward with it now.
So
They're kind of like
you don't have to
structuring.
have hard evidence to bring someone down. As
I-
far as their reputation,
I
you
don't
could
know.
destroy that,
Yeah.
right? But as far as getting actual justice, I don't think you can without hard evidence.
Shit, actual
Right.
justice is fucking putting a bullet in that head. That's what I think.
I just feel like that might be where some of these victims are really looking at this. Like, let's say I tell my story, then I'm gonna attach myself to that situation.
Right.
Now, what's gonna happen? I don't have any evidence.
Damn. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now my image and my whole branding and everything is connected to this. Now people are gonna think I'm gay. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's just a lot of stuff it's a lot of baggage that comes with exposing somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's wild. Like, really thinking
I
about
just
it.
think that might be the reason why people don't come forward.
Right.
You
So,
know,
like,
they
so the
keep it
fact
in
that-
distance, I'm gonna do me now. That's it.
So the fact that Josh didn't come to Drake's aid in a way was pretty much of that.
Well, you know what Drake said?
Hmm.
Actually, Drake Bell actually put a video up saying that Josh called him on a one-on-one personal level and checked up on him and made sure he was good. Right? So he was actually, Drake Bell was actually telling anybody, all of his fans, to like calm down with Josh because he did actually reach out and call him. You know what I mean? But people were just giving Josh Peck a lot of flack for
So that was just
not
like
coming publicly to Drake's aid.
Okay,
like,
so
oh yeah, that did happen and this happened to me, and you know, he just didn't come out and say all that.
yeah.
He
I
kept
think-
it private and he called him.
I think for the most part, if the internet wants to stir shit up and then start that fire and then push that fire, like for me, like I don't know, I don't really fuck with that. Because then now you're throwing your oils into a fire that may not even be worth like lighting.
Well, that's what I was saying about not having hard
evidence, right?
You know what I mean? Like, what is my story gonna do other than just drag me into this? You know what I mean?
How do you even get hard evidence of something like that?
Video footage,
I know, but if you
text
miss
messages.
if you miss your opportunity, if they never did text, like if it was always in person, that you were always communicating with that person.
Well, the hard evidence would be like if somebody raped your booty hole, go to the hospital and do a rape kit. Then they got DNA. Yeah, that's hard evidence. But if
Literally.
you wait, it's
gone.
my word versus your word.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I got more money, aka status, aka
I
power
got more
than you.
money. You want to take this? We're gonna go to court, spend a lot of money. Now we're on this whole court proceedings. Now, are you gonna be able to be doing movies? Is that gonna get in the way of doing movies, doing music?
Right,
You know what I mean? It's a
right.
lot of bullshit that comes with
That's
it.
fucked up.
That's why I think just some of the people that do have hard evidence,
They're really
they're
coming forward.
here for it.
Yeah.
They're, yep, I got this motherfucker. Let's go.
Those are
You
the
know what I mean?
beacons of the people that you have to stand behind and really like support. You know what I mean? I think I have utmost respect for people like that.
So what did we learn from this, real quick? I could say that
CYA.
report something when it happens.
Oh, right when it happens.
Don't be afraid. It's like sucks because somebody that's as powerful as Diddy, he puts you in a situation where he's groping you or whatever, touching you. It's scary to come forward about that. You never are
You
somebody
don't know
gonna
what's gonna
believe
happen.
you?
Right. The unknown.
What if nothing happens? Now the abuser is gonna further abuse you
Right.
and hurt you even more now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's hard to come forward, but I think the only way to fix these situations is to come forward.
So bringing anything to light is better than nothing at all.
Well, and it needs to happen when the shit goes down.
Right.
You know, if Diddy gets you in a booty hole, you need to go get that evidence and get that guy right then and there.
So you think their ego was getting the best of them and being like, I can't let nobody know.
I think their fear
Yeah.
was getting the best of them. And that's what Diddy's the best
Fear
at.
is a very
He's
strong
powerful
tool.
and he scares people with his money, with his connections. Apparently, Diddy has said a lot of stuff about him having pull with law enforcement, pull with politicians. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that has that kind of power. You know what I mean? We're weak. Kids are weak-minded at the end of the day. They're
the end of the day,
easily
right.
influenced. You tell this kid, yo, I'm the one in charge. I tell these cops what to do. So go ahead, tell them. They're gonna report back to me. You know what I mean? It's just a shitty situation. It's manipulation.
And if you can't believe the authority to a point to where like, yo, I feel comfortable with the perspective as being like a kid, like, right? I feel comfortable with letting a grown-up know. So a grown-up with authority would have to be a police officer in a way. So now him saying like, hey, like cut that off. Like, no, I own them motherfuckers. So if you go ahead and tell them, I'm going to find out and I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
That's like, imagine being a kid and hearing that. Like,
if I could give
Christ.
any young people any advice, if you really want to stop the abuse, but you want to be safe and you don't want to get hurt, you know, potentially.
Yeah.
Work the system, work that game, get your hard evidence. Hard evidence wins.
I think a lot of people can misconstrue what hard evidence is.
Videotape something. It has to be clear.
Audio, video.
It has
DNA.
to be it has to be very clear. It can't be something where it's an accusation and now they got to investigate. It has to be, we got this.
And this is clearly this motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to get that evidence.
yeah, like,
Right? It's hard. But if you're in a situation and you see that opportunity to take somebody down, take it.
that's
Right?
fucked up.
You got to take that opportunity. Don't be afraid. As much as it's a risk, you're taking a risk. You gotta just take that motherfucker down, or just keep getting booty hole raped.
Or is the fear of them, like, circulate back to that? The fear of taking somebody down is going to take down their own dreams and success. So now they have to, wait.
So I get what you mean.
You
So
know what I
it's
mean?
like a young artist that P Diddy's like, yo, you're working with me. We're gonna make you super famous, most famous in the United States, in the world, right? So I mean, he gives you incentive to shut up,
Exactly.
right? He's the
So
gate.
now,
he's a gatekeeper.
Right. So
Right.
now, if I were to try to expose you, potentially my dreams and aspirations, they're all out the window now.
All that money, all Bad Boy Records, UMG Records, all whatever, all this money that you could potentially tap into, consider that gone. Right? If you ever want to make it in this industry, do everything I tell you or it's gone.
That's wild. So honestly, like, how do you feel about that? Like, with the whole conclusion of everything of P. Diddy, Dan Schneider, and with 50 Cent coming forward and being like, yo, like...
So how do I feel about it, or
Yeah.
how am I gonna move knowing about all this? What's like
Well,
your
I mean,
actual question?
Like, how do you feel about it? Like, you see it online, names pop up, and now you're reading the shit that's going on behind with these names. Like, what's going through your head while you're receiving the information?
I just hate that people like that are in positions of power. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm going to do everything I can to stay away from that. The reason why I do my music and stuff is because I love to do it. And I made a decision already a long time ago that whether I bring money in from this or not, I'm happy.
This is what it
That's
is.
why I'm Bliss.
Right.
I'm happy doing what I do. So I'm cool staying away from all that bullshit. I don't need a big break. I'm happy. I got
Right.
my kids. I got my day job, whatever. I'm not desperate for money like that. You know what I mean?
Right,
I don't
right.
I don't care about all that. If I got invited to a Diddy party, I'm gonna show up. But as soon as shit gets weird, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying?
If Diddy acting weird around me, bro, he getting it. Like, bro, he's getting those
You
hands.
wanna spend time? Let's go shopping.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
You be the one to bite his dick off.
Oh, hold on. Hey, I would snatch that motherfucker's throat. Just
I'm
beat the
just
shit out
kidding.
of him.
No, but I meant like take the moment, take the opportunity to get that motherfucker.
I'll beat the fuck out of
Say,
him.
all right, whip it out. Bam.
And he go,
He will
bam!
never be able to use that thing ever again.
Oh no.
Imagine you just sock that motherfucker right in his jewels. Imagine.
I don't want to imagine that.
No, but like you get this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like knuckles ripping testes.
Jesus.
So what are your thoughts about it? Your concluding thoughts about
All
it?
right, so at the end of the day, hopefully 50 can get some evidence that would support bringing these motherfuckers to light.
That'd be cool to see.
That would be really cool to see, and I feel like that would put 50 on another level of being 50. Like, I feel like that would elevate him to another level of certain things, and he would be more respected.
Of like truth, or like he's
just
for
being real.
He's for the
He's
people.
for the people. So Cassie, I understand why she took the money. Well, Rob, hope you come after this motherfucker with everything you got, and I hope you bring everything you got and you're able to. And everybody else that you're able to bring with your wave just comes.
My bad. I hope they got a lot of evidence from raiding the houses.
Yeah.
That if they really got evidence from the computers and stuff, he's done. Like, he is done. If they didn't get a lot of evidence, maybe there's just some weird money transfers here. You know what I'm saying? It's still, he's a free dude. Like, you gotta have hard evidence against this guy. This guy probably has one of the best lawyers in the world. You know what I mean?
It probably wouldn't even be one lawyer. Like, he probably
He's got
has
a team. Yeah, he's got a team of lawyers.
You know what I
And
mean?
if you don't got some solid information,
they know how to
it's
like
not
just,
gonna.
yeah,
It's not gonna work.
They know how to slide through the cracks, just like Diddy been doing this whole time.
Sliding through cracks.
Sliding through cracks. Oh my god.
Hey, quick question before we end that whole situation. What do you think about the accusations of Diddy? There was like audio leaked, and you could hear Diddy and Meek going at it. Like, think about men just, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, just. What do you think about Diddy and Meek? And by the way, Meek has been low key named in some of these lawsuits.
Word.
So what? Basically, his name.
They say what Dreams and Nightmares was really about.
They don't say his name. He's protected,
right.
But they did say it was a Philly rapper that dated Nicki Minaj. So that, who the fuck else is that, right? Whatever. It's me.
Yeah.
So apparently, there's audio of him and Diddy going at it like a pair of just animals, just butt fucking. What do you think? What do you think about? I just had to get your opinion on that Meek.
I didn't even know. Holy shit, yo! Like, who has that though? Like,
I don't know. It was the leaked audio. It could be fake.
Oh,
could
got
be real.
you.
Either way, Meek is a little bit attached to some of what's going on.
What if he's just a victim to this shit?
What's a victim?
That's a good question.
What's a victim? Because Usher said that he lived with Diddy for a whole year back in the day.
Yeah,
for those same reasons of becoming the biggest artist in the world. Right? And Usher hasn't really come forward with much. You know what I'm saying? But
with much, or like hasn't come forward at all?
He hasn't said anything, but they asked him a question. They're like, would you if you were Usher, would you let your kids go live with Diddy? He said, hell no. I don't know. That's all he said. So what do you think about Meek being part of this?
I mean,
I know you like Meek, don't you?
I fuck with him because he was fucking with the Eagles. So it's like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hard. I can't really fuck with his music like that because, like, I don't know, he's just like a different type of person to me. But I have been seeing a lot of memes of like the Dreams and Nightmares. They're like, what that shit was really about? Like, so I mean, if he's really out there kind of, you know, letting Diddy drill his shit, I mean, if that's what you really wanted, dog, like, more power to you, I guess. But
that sucks, yo. He's like, yo, Meek, I got video of this, and that. If you don't give me that ass right now,
no,
I'm gonna expose you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, go ahead, expose me. Fuck it, expose me.
Easy to say, right? I don't know.
Fuck
we're not in those positions.
I'm never gonna put myself in a position to where I'm so scared of somebody knowing about what I just did that I'm gonna like open myself up. Me personally, like, I'm never gonna put myself in a situation to where it's gonna fuck me over later. I'm just not, because I know in the moment of the present the value that brings. So, like, the fact that he has something that, like, he could be exposed for, like, let's just say, like, there's a younger person in that room, and he decided, like, yo, in the back room to the left, there's a younger person for you. He's like, all right, bet, got video of that shit. You gotta get exposed.
You think that's what they mean when they refer to signing your life away to the devil?
Yeah, your soul. Yeah.
That kind of thing?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're gonna make it to your success, but these things are gonna happen.
These are
along the way,
prerequisites.
and now you're not in control of your own.
Well, what
person.
I think whenever somebody says like you sold your soul to the devil, I think that's whenever you sold your moral beliefs and ethics for a higher gain of for a higher financial gain of power. That's what I think. Selling your soul to the
Well,
devil.
you gave some of you to somebody. You gave some of that control to somebody in return for what? Money and power. But now you can't move.
Right.
Now you got to do whatever this guy tells you to do. Is that what they mean by you sold your soul to the devil?
Yeah, like that's what I think. I think there's many interpretations for it, but me personally, I just think it's like selling your soul to the devil is like, let's just say you stand on, hey, I'm never opening my booty hole or I'm never putting something in my mouth type shit, and then all of a sudden motherfucker come up, hey, here's 10 mil, let me do that, and he's like, all right, fuck it. You threw away your moral ethics and beliefs.
And everything your whole business brand is built on, your whole moral thing.
Boom. What you stand on is now thrown away because you're like, oh, I can get this little bit of money.
Well, that's why I was saying that some of these people that come out as homosexual come out to free themselves.
That makes sense.
To free themselves.
Right when you said that, I was
just,
like, oh, wow.
I hate using that as, because I'm sure there really are people that, I don't want to just say that all gay people are gay because of this. No, like there's still people that, you know, they, what do you call it? That's who they are.
That's who they are, and then they...
Good to go. I just feel like in some cases, in this situation of abuse and control, people come out to free themselves, right? I mean, it makes sense. Like,
no, it does.
How am I going to get out of this situation? They have that on me. I just need to come forward and
admit.
Right.
Yeah. So for them coming out of the closet, because like, I feel like now in society is like the most acceptable thing to do. Like now is the best thing.
Somebody for coming out of the closet these days.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get
flamed,
canceled, or your career might end because of all of a sudden you're just a super Republican conservative, and nobody likes that when it comes to the entertainment business.
The only person who I think has a bulletproof alibi to said shit like that,
Kanye. Who?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, Dave he could just say anything?
He could just say whatever the fuck he wants, because he's been through the ringer. He knows.
They've tried to cancel him too, and
multiple times.
At the end of the day, dude's a comedian. Like, what do you...
Yeah, but he's not just a comedian. He's the comedian. Like, Dave Chappelle is a top 3 comedian in history.
And judge and whatever about anyone and get away with it, I think.
I think it's because, like, his genuinity behind what he's talking, his intentions aren't to, hey, fuck you, you're gay. No, it's just more of like, yo, this is funny because of this situation. It's like funny, like, you know what I mean? And this so happened to be this person, and that so happened to be that person. So let me call it out for what it is. So even vocalizing it, you know what I mean? And then standing through the fire of people trying to cancel you, like, yeah. So I think that he has a bulletproof alibi of saying whatever he wants to say.
Isn't he like the top tier comedian of all time? Or
I would say he's top 3. Me personally, I would say he's top 3. Like, not even top 5, I would say he's top 3.
I haven't seen like all of his work, but I have seen from other comedians, or I've heard from other comedians, that he's kind of the guy.
Dave Chappelle can walk anywhere and be Dave Chappelle, and then, but him being voice, but like, you know, like Dave Chappelle, he just off topic. He's just another person that has been a trailblazer and an inspiration for a lot of other people. So he has built who he is, and he's always stayed who he was from the beginning to even now. So even the shit that he was talking about back then, people...
So he never sold his soul to the devil.
I mean, I think so.
Is he a testimony to somebody that never strayed from their moral compass?
Yeah.
Right.
That and Cat Williams.
You know, talking about that, it kind of brought me to I really hate that this Diddy situation is kind of tarnishing the reputation of the entire music industry. Well,
it's just bringing so much to light, and it just seems like there's so many people.
It makes it seem like Diddy rules this whole music scene.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like every music scene. Like you could bring in country, you could bring in techno. It just kind of tarnishes the entire music industry. when let's just
Yeah.
make this clear, this is just a small pillar of the industry, and it's a small pillar of just the hip hop industry. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you mean.
There's a
Right.
whole East Coast, there's Houston, there's all these other communities that are thriving hip hop wise and aren't doing dumb shit like that. So as
I would
much as Diddy had his hands in all these different people's lives, I just want that to be known that there are people like me that have a lot of power, that are legit, that have good moral compasses, have good intentions.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? He's not the end all.
No, I mean,
Like,
that's
you know what
just,
I mean?
at the end of the day, you're going to have somebody that really helps and inspires, and you're going to have somebody that does the exact opposite of said thing. So gaslights and manipulates. So it's just fear and manipulation, inspiration and guidance. You know what I mean? So you have both ends of the spectrum. And only to understand one, you have to have the other. And unfortunately, in this world, there may be more of the other than there is of this. You know what I mean? And that sucks that he had so much power, influence. There we go. He had so much influence in so many other people's lives that we, as regular people, see up there. As like we see these icons and being like, oh, they're untouchable, but no, they're getting touched left and right. They're just regular people like us with more exposure. So that just sucks that somebody like that is able to take advantage of all these people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And let me provide some reassurance. The music industry will flourish without P. Diddy.
Yeah.
As soon as he's gone, as soon as this is all swept under the rug, we're still here.
For sure.
There's still a lot of artists out there doing awesome stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope he can this whole situation I hope he can get exposed and him be done. Because I'm tired of hearing about him, and I'm tired of my industry taking a lot of the
heat,
baggage and the heat because of everything he did.
So do you think, like, with him coming to light, do you think that's let's just say if P. Diddy is like the end all be all of like negative motherfuckers that are taking advantage of people, do you think that any other people doing the same thing is going to feel safe still doing that? And so therefore him going down is going to make the industry a lot more better for other artists up and coming?
I think there's going to be a lot more people watching. You know, the people that are in power that aren't okay with this, they're going to do their due diligence and make sure stuff doesn't go on.
So in a way, it's kind of like the concussion protocol with the NFL. So right whenever, and at first the NFL was like nah, the concussions aren't real. Like, no. They were like, nah, that's... But then when they actually started having real evidence of concussions really being a thing, and that being one of the most deadliest things in the NFL, it was all eyes on concussions. Like, how can we make concussions not happen? So now it's P. Diddy as a concussion to the game of artistry.
But I do also feel like there's always going to be a customer to the drug dealer.
Oh, yeah.
So Diddy was providing, for example...
He was just enabling these motherfuckers to do...
illegal stuff.
Right.
And he was getting video evidence and then extorting them.
Right.
So he was providing the illegal stuff for these criminals, right? So there's always going to be criminals. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's always going to be, because there's always people with bad intentions, and there's always people with negative perspectives on life, and they feel like they need to take out their rage and frustrations in their circumstances with their environments. So are these people going to fully dive into doing that negative shit if they're not enabled to do it? Who knows? But the fact that...
like if the drug was never there, they never would have taken it.
Exactly, in a way. So
yeah,
like,
that too.
So
that's gonna help out.
So like, would a criminal be a criminal if there was no idea of how to be a criminal? You get what I'm saying? Like, if the criminal never owned a gun to rob that store, would he still rob that store? You get what I'm saying? Or would he just keep that as
I don't know, because some people,
intention
when
that
they
they
have
want to
the
do, but they couldn't do it.
opportunity, when the opportunity presents itself, then they take it.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe, if the opportunity was never there, to be taken, maybe,
Right.
right?
It's a very interesting. It's just interesting. All that's just interesting, and it just sucks that there's situations like
It's
that.
just one more bad guy
Yeah,
taken
God
off the list.
damn.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, so if that does happen, I feel like the industry in and of itself will have more eyes and more awareness on it, therefore making other people up and coming to the industry. Hopefully things moving forward will be a lot more healthy and not so diluted with sex, drugs, and bullshit. Like I miss like true art. Like I can't really listen to a lot of music now because it just seems so one-sided on what's going on. Personally, like I love emotion in music. I love passion. I love
What do you
the
mean
feeling.
one-sided? Like,
It's just, they're all just talking about the same shit, like drugs, bitches, money, how to have fun with all three of those. Like,
well, you get that a lot from the people that are in it for the wrong reasons. And yes, there is a lot of famous people that do talk about that, right? Because they
I feel like you have to. Like
they make art really well.
Right.
They just happen to be talking about that, and they just happen to be the ones that are there for the money. They want the money, right? So that's going to be there. But there is a lot of fake people near the bottom who think that they need to flex and they need to talk about all this stuff. That way they can get that money too.
Okay.
So it's just it's like a side effect. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna get it. You're gonna get that.
So it's kind of like having a bunch of money, like whenever you're broke as fuck, and then finally having those couple gold chains with that little rolly. It's like, oh, it's
Right.
kind of like that in a way. It's like,
Yeah,
you
so
gotta
like,
flaunt it.
Let's say you do have these really talented people that
Yeah.
grew up gangsta,
Right.
right? And yeah, they got the chains, they got the cars, they like all that stuff, right? But now that kind of is gonna bring a bunch of these people that are like gangsta too.
Yeah.
That are, oh, okay, so now I need to rap about this.
I got
I need
the
to rap
guns, I
about
got
money,
the
I
bitches,
need-
I got the cash.
Yeah, that's like the way to get money for them.
Right,
They're like,
right.
oh, okay, I need to do this.
I'm selling this lifestyle to get that money.
So it sucks that a lot of rap kind of gets that reputation.
So yeah, what I'm saying, do you think that's gonna take a shift? Like, do you think eventually we're gonna have within the next year, 2, maybe 3, within the next 5 years? You think there's
even
gonna be a
now-
shift?
I think now it's starting to come to where this actual rap lyricists, I think that's actually coming back. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that ghetto stuff, talking about money, cars, whatever, club, women, I think a lot of that's kind of looked down upon a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because of this like Diddy situation. I think right now we're in it, that there's people are respecting a lot more real artists that are here to present their skill, their talent. You know what I mean? I think we're in the middle of that transition.
With
right
that being said, with transition needs to come war. What's our war right now in hip hop rap?
Are you referring to like that beef that's going on?
Yes.
Hmm.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
When
Like,
you really dig into it, I think this is going to end up being another kind of East Coast, West Coast war.
that's dope.
Because as much as Kendrick came to the East Coast artists like Future
Yeah.
and then Will Metro,
Yeah.
he came over here, right? But I think Kendrick represents this whole West Coast version of rap and hip
Feel
hop.
that.
So this is low key kind of like a territorial rap kind of beef.
Who's the number one GOAT?
I hate to say it, but I think the West Coast has a lot more lyrical artists.
Yeah, for sure.
They had to make it out,
Yeah.
and they need
With
like
raw talent.
you talk about like a woman like when she needs to make it out of the ghetto, she better be good at doing something.
Some.
Yeah, I think a lot of this whole West Coast music rap, I think it's very very lyrical, very talented, right? And that's not to knock like a J. Cole.
Right.
He's obviously very
I
talented.
think, me personally, we both come to agrees that I think we both think that J. Cole is the number one.
I would make him my number one. I don't got I wouldn't have a
Drake is
regret about
dope.
it.
Kendrick is fucking dope. But J. Cole, like. So anyway, I was just saying, at the end of the day, there's a shift in the paradigms coming, right? And I think
We're in the middle of
we are in the middle of like shit going down with this industry to make it better. And I think right now is a struggle for power to see like who could really like carry the next generation over.
Yeah, it's like kind of like metaphorically, like the storm is here.
Yeah.
And then obviously once the storm passes, everything's just gonna be beautiful again.
Right. So right now we're in the middle. We're in the eye of the storm. Like fuck. Like what's about to happen? It's calm. It's chill. And then now we have all this shit circulating us. And then once we pass through it, then once all that shit clears, this little civil war going on between the three goats. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's dope. So once that clears, all that negative bullshit clears, we'll have this. So now we'll have all of our attention on this little civil war, but it's better for the community in general. So now moving past that, who's really going to carry the next generation that's being solidified as the GOAT? So I don't think it's going to be Drake and J. Cole together versus Kendrick. I think it's going to turn into Kendrick versus Drake versus J. Cole.
So like just those three? Oh no, you're saying like...
I don't think it's going to be team shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you mean. So yeah, each of these people are still going to be on their own corner.
But they're just going to be raised. I think Kendrick needs to drop something very soon. That's what I think. I think he needs to drop something very soon.
To drop like his own thing? I thought we were waiting on J. Cole to respond.
Well, J. Cole... No. J. Cole's about to release his album. So,
okay.
So that's solidified already.
Apparently
being released.
he's going to go after everybody. He's not just going to go after Kendrick.
I think that's
he's
hard.
coming after everybody.
I think that's hard. J. Cole has the right to go after anybody and be solidified in what he's doing. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's hard. And then so like if Drake were to come back and then... I heard this thing, but I don't know if it's AI. I heard a leak.
I heard an AI leak too about it.
Yeah, so it was
Drake
AI?
responding to Kendrick.
Yeah,
it was AI.
I fucking knew it. All right. So yeah,
It was
AI.
cool. It was pretty cool.
It was
I
cool though.
heard
Like
it.
yeah, it was like it wasn't bad.
But it was like from the perspective of whoever wrote that.
Right,
He's
exactly.
some dude that just generated the AI, you know?
That's crazy. You can customize the AI however you want with whatever you want.
Yeah, you just write the lyrics in and then you insert it into the AI.
You don't even have to write the lyrics in. Like,
well, you don't, but it would help. You know?
To an extent, all you have to do is give it scenarios.
Drake responding to Kendrick.
So you would be like, add this verse because of I'm feeling with this type of emotion, and then add it with a little bit of funny emotion, and then make it seem more real with coughs and ums.
Mm-hmm. They put his characteristics.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you can literally pick out the little details of their characters that you can add to fluctuate the importance of what they're trying to say or what they're trying to bring out in the message in their perspective. So it was just crazy hearing that and then knowing it was kind of AI, but like being still,
you could tell
being
when
unsure.
Something's AI.
Yeah,
you
like,
could still tell. I don't
kind
think
of
it's there yet.
Yeah.
It's just like weird. Like if there was a robot replica of me in its mannerisms and the way it just operates, you would still tell that it's not human.
Like motherfucker would blink like this.
We're built to recognize odd things. You know what I'm saying?
Irregularities.
So, unless it's absolutely perfect, we're gonna.
And that's the thing about it.
We're gonna
though,
recognize
like,
it.
What's perfect? Like, is perfect being imperfect? Is that what perfect is? Because
so
being
like,
perfect is like
I'm in the way I talk, my speech and my mannerisms, the way I do it wrong is me.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the way I do it really good is me.
Right.
So yeah, there is no perfect. It's here and there. You know what I mean? It's that's what makes us different.
Do you think AI will eventually get to a point to where it could have so much data on somebody that it can replicate them to an exact extent? Because right now I kind of feel like it's just like in the beginning of it. So
like if you just think about it, like technology just keeps getting better and better, right? So I mean, I wouldn't be wrong to say that possibly one day tech would be so good that you can literally duplicate somebody, right? But I just feel like we're far from being able to really
what's far? Like 10, 20 years?
I don't know. I just feel like we're barely like a seedling into this AI. You know what I mean? And for it to really perfect something, it has to be a full-grown tree. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's been prevalent in our history for a long time, but now it's finally public. So who knows how far AI actually has gone behind the scenes of bigger superpowers.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think the government has AI that's just insane that they've been working on for a long time. You know
I
what mean?
think the idea of the AI is so cool because it's starting to get to a point, let's just say 5, 10, 20, let's just say 15 years from now. Are we going to be able to detect that AI is AI?
Yes.
Because there's been a couple times where I've seen a couple pictures and I was like, wow, like,
Well, photography is different because it's one dimensional.
right.
You know what I mean? Or
But it's just missing a couple ingredients to make it that other perspective. So it's just missing the ingredients to make that chocolate chip cookie that perfect chocolate chip cookie.
I just feel like a picture at the end of the day is just whatever, two dimensional, right? So if it has all these other pictures of me, it can just crop my face out, put it there, and like, what do you call it? Like, fuse it, like fuse it on like if I was riding a fucking horse or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's only as good as the information it has. You know what I mean?
Right. So now that's
So
what I'm
that's
trying
why
to say.
in the two dimensions, I think it's perfected that. Like you could put Mighty's face in a porno and it'll look, you know what I'm saying? Well, a video, you know what I'm saying? That's 3-dimensional kind of. So that's a little harder to
So
perfect. But
that's what I'm trying to say. So the technology that we have right now, that's what I'm saying. 15
I don't
years
think
from now.
3-dimensional. We don't got it right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. 15 years from now, like that's not that far, but it kind of is in terms of innovation. So what if we're just missing a couple
Well, yeah,
ingredients?
I get what you mean. Like the first cell phone came out in the 90s
Exactly,
or whatever, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
now look what we got. 20
We got supercomputer.
30 years later.
Hey, what do you think about that 5G shit? I feel like I don't have service anywhere.
I think it's just because there's so many people using it. It's just congested, and it can only, like, let's say a cell tower could only handle 500,000 phones in its zone. There's 800,000 phones in its zone. So now it's got to kind of pick and choose and throttle speeds to certain people. That way it can service everybody. So I think it's just, they need more antennas. You know what I mean? I think that's the only issue with it. That people are buying the product more than they have the capability of servicing it.
I feel like the one before 5G, I feel like I had service everywhere I went, no matter what. And now everything
I know what you mean, but
takes-
I think then, maybe 10 years ago or whatever, right?
yeah.
There wasn't as many people with cell phones. And they also weren't
Well,
offering...
I guess like every kid
they weren't
nowadays
offering
has.
speeds like they do now either.
Mm.
I mean, now they're
More data,
offering
yeah.
fucking 4K streaming from anywhere,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's 4 times as much data as if it was just
With one
1080
person, right?
or 720p. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the expectation of service is just insane, and the amount of people they need a service is also insane. So I think that's the reason why you're
I
getting...
feel like with all the fucking money that they're getting from all these monthly bills, boy, you better be able to build some more damn antennas.
They're building more antennas and stuff. They are.
Like, how long does that take though? Because I need my service.
I don't know,
I'm
but
about
what I
to,
do know is that they're putting smaller antennas. So they have these giant antennas, right?
Right.
Covering up this big
a
area.
massive area.
But I think they're putting these smaller antennas,
to like tether that massive.
to kind of amplify the
Distribute,
signal and
yeah.
get it out to everybody.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, they're working on it. I think it's all right where it's at. But it definitely could be a lot better.
I've just noticed like I haven't really had like signal almost anywhere I go, and that's just been really frustrating.
It's funny because they say people in other third world countries have faster internet than us, but it's because not
Not
as
a lot of
many
people.
people are using it. You know what I mean?
We're some privileged motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're like spoiled as hell, and there's just so many of us that we're just not happy.
All right, I'm gonna learn to be more grateful.
Hey, but if you do have fast internet and you do want to watch the Underrated as Fuck Pod in 4K, we got it once a week.
You know what I'm saying? That's hard. That's hard. So my bad.
No, I was just gonna say this episode, it kind of like went super in depth into this P. Diddy thing, which
Yeah.
I really like because he's one of the pillars, or he was one of the pillars in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we did have the opportunity to totally dive
And
into
from our
that.
perspective, right.
I think we can really get something out of that.
For sure.
And I think the thing here, a couple things. So I think one of the most important things we can get from that is don't put yourself in a position where somebody can take advantage of you.
Right.
I think that's like probably one of the huge things you can get
That's
from
the
this.
frame of the whole idea of that.
It was like that metaphor, like don't sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Like try to be more aware of
Be more vigilant to
of
what the
these
devil
people
is.
that represent the devil, right? These people in power.
Right.
So what do you think about that? What are like in a type of way to wrap it up, but like I want you to dig into that a little bit.
Okay. I would have to say be more aware of what evil truly is and be more true to yourself. So it's all about being more true to yourself. At the end of the day, if you sell your soul to the devil, you're just selling who you are and what you feel like you believe in. And if somebody's able to convince you of said otherwise, you're willing to not be yourself, therefore selling yourself to higher evils and promoting and enabling the fact of these people doing evil things. So be more aware, research better, and understand yourself better. So the research would have to be into yourself and what you agree with and what you don't agree with. Learn your boundaries and stick by those boundaries.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
I like that. I think that's going to be the title of our first episode as me and Zay diving into this.
Knowledge.
We're still gonna, you know, we're gonna brainstorm and come up with a good name for the series. But I think as far as this first episode goes, I think knowledge is power. Because with the knowledge, you could use that to protect yourself. You could use that to avoid bad. It's just in general bad. You could use that to do good. Put yourself in good situations. Surround yourself with good people.
Yeah. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Look into it. Make yourself aware. Be better. Do better. Don't fall victim to stupidity.
Yes. Ignorance is not bliss.
Ignorance is not bliss. 100%.
You're shooting yourself in the foot the more ignorant you are to certain things going on in the world. So the more better you are at understanding what's going on in the world and what you agree and don't agree with, the better off you are with knowing more. Therefore, knowledge is more power.
Peace.